This is the Gold Classic Edition, Collection Edition of Toy Story. Of course, it has that big special edition up on the spine. This was released January 11th, 2000, and I heard that it sold about 2 million copies back when it was released. This has a small making of, like a behind-the-scenes featurette at the end, and it also has the short film Tin Toy before it, from 1988. Classic Pixar short. Toy Story is a wonderful movie, as I've said before. And the print date on this tape is December 14th, 1999. Alright, here we got Fun and Fancy Free, the 1947 package feature. And another Gold Classic Collection Edition. It's a pretty decent film. I think the Mickey and the Beanstalk section is a lot stronger than the Bongo section of the film. And it's got the making of special, the behind the scenes special from the 1997 Fun and Fancy Free VHS, and it also has a music video set to Lou Vega's Mamba 5, except with Mickey and the gang. He kind of redid the lyrics there. Instead of a little bit of Mambo, it's a little bit of Mickey, or a little bit of Minnie, or a little bit of Donald. It's pretty interesting, to say the least. And this was released June 20th, 2000. Print date, May 22nd, 2000. Right, here's the Gold Classic Collection version of Alice in Wonderland, released July 4th, 2000. This has two featurettes at the end. It has Operation Wonderland, and it has another one after that. I forget the name of it. It mentions Operation Wonderland, but it doesn't mention the second featurette on here. The majority of it is in black and white. I think the whole thing is actually in black and white. I have to rewatch it, but very interesting look into the production of Alice in Wonderland. A film that Walt Disney himself wasn't too happy with. I think it's good. It's not without its flaws, but it's very good. And the print date on this tape is March 13th, 2001. So yeah, if I didn't say it before, the tape was released July 4th, 2000. Right here we got the Rescuers Down Under Gold Classic Collection Edition, and this was released August 1st, 2000, and this is an underrated film. In terms of the technical, technically this was one of the best animated features, one of the best looking animated features of its time in 1990. It's got a decent story and all, but it's a really good film and very underrated. And unfortunately, the VHS doesn't come with any behind-the-scenes featurette or anything. It just comes with an Animals of the Outback booklet. I'm not sure where that went. And you got the tape here. Print date, June 2nd, 2000. Alright, here's a Gold Classic Collection DVD, The Black Cauldron, the well-known 1985 Disney film that's been forgotten. It's a decent film. I mean, it's pretty flawed in terms of the story and the characters. And unfortunately, most animation fans know what this film went through before it reached the big screen. All the changes in the story and the last-minute edits done by Jeffrey Katzenberg to remove the PG-13 or R-rated level violence, and there's no DVD or anything in the Black Cauldron that restores any of these deleted scenes, and I've discussed it before on videos. I encourage viewers to look up the deleted images on Google Images, but not to look at them if they're not into gruesome stuff. And you got the insert. I just hope one day they can make a completely uncut Cauldron with all the PG-13 R-level scenes in there. It's too bad Jeffrey Katzenberg had them snipped out. About 10 minutes of the whole movie was deleted. And yeah, it's a decent film. It's not the best, but the project was in the works at a very tough time for Disney, and perhaps if they had gotten to it back in the 70s, maybe they would have finished it. And if Don Bluth had stayed at the studio, maybe things could have been very different. There's a nice article about it on jimhillmedia.com. I think it's why the Black Cauldron didn't take off, or I don't know. It's because there's multiple articles about the Black Cauldron on there. So yeah, that's the Gold Collection version. And also interesting is that it doesn't open with the Gold Classic Collection logo. It opens with the Gold Walt Disney Home Video logo. One of the last, if not the last, Gold Classic Collection editions, The Sword in the Stone. A weak film in terms of the story and the narrative, but it's very fun if you just sit back and relax and watch it. It's kind of a guilty pleasure in a way, and it's a favorite of many. It's got a little cult following, much like Robin Hood, which was also a Gold Classic Collection edition. And this was released March 20th, 2001. You got the disc. Don't mind the chatter up there. I don't know. Must be watching something funny. Yep, and then you got, a little insert. Sword in the Stone was re-released in 2008 as a 45th anniversary edition, which I had no intentions on buying because supposedly they put 2 black bars on the image to make it look widescreen like today's films. But the movie was I think it was originally shot in that box format. They did the same thing with the Most Wanted edition DVD of Robin Hood and the Platinum edition of The Jungle Book. It was not in its original aspect ratio or so.
Coming soon to theaters.
Everybody knows these. These were on the more recent releases from Disney. All right, you got the blue FBI warning screens used on all Disney releases from 2000 and onwards. And that's the Walt Disney Gold Classic Collection logo. Same music as the Gold Walt Disney Home Video logo.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
Take a look at this. This is from the Walt Disney Gold Classic Collection promo. That's the cover for The Rescuers Down Under, but that ended up not being the cover. They chose the new one instead with them on the eagle. That's the original Classics Edition cover from 1991. It's pretty cool how prototype images often appear on the commercials. Alright, here's the video release of Dinosaur, released January 30th, 2001. And personally, I think this is one of the weaker Disney animated films, mainly because of the screenplay. Originally, it was conceived as an epic where the dinosaurs in the film wouldn't talk. It would be kind of a serious film, but then it was like altered. Like Michael Eisner, I guess, insisted that the dinosaurs talk so it would be more appealing to family audiences, but that was not the original intentions of the creative team, and the screenplay is kind of weak as a whole. And the print date on here is December 30th, 2000. But that's just my opinion. I mean, feel free to disagree, but I personally think Dinosaur, despite its visuals, is one of the weaker Disney animated classics, even though half of it is CGI and live action. But it's still in the Disney animated classics canon. But I liked it a lot as a kid. But nowadays, I see a lot of flaws in this film, but that's just a direct-to-video sequel, Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamp's Adventure, released February 21st, 2001. Like I said in other videos, I don't really care for these anymore. I liked them as a kid. I loved watching this as a kid, but nowadays I look at it, I don't really care for it too much. I don't know, for some reason, somebody wrote LTR, and this was store-bought. No, LT2. This was store-bought. It was new when it came out. Not sure why somebody wrote LT2 in the cover. Must be Lady Tramp 2. Label's all messed up. I think one of us scratched because in 2001 and 2002 they'd lay these black ink labels over an existing label, and I think 101 Dalmatians is under the label. And the print date on here is January 9th, 2001. Yep, Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamp's Adventure. Here we got the VHS of The Emperor's New Groove, released May 1st, 2001. This is a wonderful film. I think I actually rank it above most of the 90s Disney films. It's really good. It's really underrated. It's a really funny film, and it very straightforward. And it's kind of a break from the Disney formula of the 90s. Just really, really good. Print date on here is March 21st, 2001. This is a wonderful, wonderful film. I regret not seeing it in theaters when it came out. It's such a good film. If you haven't seen it yet, I definitely recommend it. It almost broke into the top 10 on my best to worst Disney animated classics list. It's so good. And I know there's like a fan following for this film, which is good. There you have it, the Walt Disney Home Entertainment logo. There's also a variation with a black sky behind it. There's the blue sky and there's the black sky variant. Here we got Mickey's Magical Christmas snowed in at the House of Mouse. This VHS was released November 6th, 2001, and I liked it as a kid, seeing every single Disney character together in a crossover. I thought that was awesome, but I look at it now and think it's kind of, eh. I mean, it's from the show The House of Mouse, which used to be on the Disney Channel. Yep, another messed up label here. One of us was trying to see what was under the label. And print date on here is November 19th, 2001. I guess it's good if you're a kid, but I don't know. Doesn't have the same effect years later. We got Tarzan and Jane, which came out July 23rd, 2002. It's just a compilation of episodes from the Legend of Tarzan television series that was on either the Disney Channel or Toon Disney. I don't really remember, but I had asked for Tarzan on VHS back in Christmas 2000. I got this instead. Watched it once, didn't care for it. I don't know why I still have it. I don't know. And we got the label here. Copyright things for Edgar Rice Burroughs. And print date, June 25th, 2002. Speaking of Edgar Rice Burroughs, Disney is working on a John Carter of Mars adaptation for summer 2012. A little off topic, but just came to my mind. That should be awesome. Here we got another Disney House of Mouse crossover, Mickey's House of Villains. This one was actually kind of interesting. This was released September 3rd, 2002. I used to watch it a lot when I was young. It's got some classic cartoons on there, like the Mickey's Magical Christmas VHS. It's got Donald Duck and the Gorilla, which is a classic. And that Hansel and Gretel short at the end, even though it was newer, I still kind of like the way they did that, just with the music and no. And the one with Donald Duck, there was Trick or Treat on here, which is also on the Black Cauldron DVD. And there was a more recent Donald Duck short on here with Huey, Dewey, and Louie. That was pretty interesting, and they're kind of like zombie-ish at the end. I thought that was kind of cool, but overall, it's just just a crossover. It's not that great. And the print date is August 15th, 2002. Like the Mickey's Magical Christmas tape. I liked this as a kid, but nowadays, I think it's a wee bit lame. Not lame in a bad way, but, kind of like in a Michael Eisner cash grab way. Oh, well, that's just me. Feel free to disagree.